Yeah. So welcome once again to our 10th and last session of the course, Seeking Harmony Within and Without. Yeah, let's start with prayer as usual. And I was thinking that maybe for the next courses, I would like to start with the 5-minute kirtan. And I would be really exciting to hear anyone who has experience doing kirtan like that online. It probably needs to be unified kirtan and not responsive, otherwise the time lapse may be making it confusing. So anybody has experience, then you can later put into chat or later after the course we can talk about it.
Do you mean after this course, once a month?
Yes, after this course.
I would like to join actually. I would like to join.
Oh, that's wonderful. At the end, I will give you the dates also that are planned right now. Or generally, it's once a month drop-in practice group, if we already start to talk about it. And it will happen last Sunday every month, except December and July. And information is already on the Compassion Drops website under the workshops. And yeah, so any questions, then we can deal with this as they raise. But let's pray to the Lord then. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yeah, so we are last time in these settings during this course. Let's start as usual. If there is anybody who would like to share something about home practice, which was about self-appreciation, I would like to hear maybe one person's voice, and others are welcome to put on the chat if they want to share something. And if nobody wants Yes, please.
I would like to share actually, but I didn't have time, so I just came to Japan back yesterday. I didn't have time for anything. So if I did, I would like to share.
Please.
Sorry.
Please. You're very welcome. You want to do it now?
Actually, I couldn't have chance to read this home practice. So if I have time, I would love to share my experience, but I don't have time. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you mean when you have time to do it, you want to share? Yeah. So you can. I will keep our WhatsApp group open for at least months after this course. So you're very welcome to, for example, share it there.
Okay, I will do it exactly.
Great. Thank you. I'm looking forward to that. Anybody who wants to share now, and there is no have to, only if you would choose to. Otherwise, we just go to the next step. So, next thing, I will invite you to do another awareness exercise, which is about presence. because our ability to apply empathic communication, its skills and its consciousness in our daily life is actually greatly enhanced by practices that help us to slow down and stay present and to really check in what's going on in our internal world, to become self-aware, aware of our thoughts, observations, feelings, and needs. And the different activities that help us to ground in our bodies, become conscious what's going on in our body. And as Osho Prabhu beautifully said another session, that we don't have to be afraid being conscious of our bodies, because it's not the same that being in bodily consciousness. And I very much cherish it and appreciate this this wonderful distinction from you, dear Osho Prabhu. So yeah, any activities that ground us in our bodies, like poetry, music, drawing, painting, various presence practices, actually also chanting, which is a great presence practice. Try to be here and now and not follow our mind, who is dragging us here, there, and everywhere. Might be all helpful to cultivate this quality of experiencing ourselves in the present moment. So that is the introduction to this, and now comes the exercise. And I want to give credit to my dear colleagues of colleagues and nonviolent communication trainers, Raj Gill, Lucy Liu, and Judy Morin, who have a wonderful book called Nonviolent Communication Toolkit for Facilitators. And I guess it's like in the mirror, probably on the screen. But many of the practices and exercises I've been choosing from this book or being inspired by them. And also this awareness practice. So the aim of the exercise is to open our attention to being simply present to whatever comes up in the moment. Whether it's a sight, smell, sound, taste, sensation, or thought. And also becoming aware of our own state of mind and noticing without judging if our attention wanders as we try to follow these instructions. And if it wanders, just noticing it and letting go and bringing our attention back to the present, to the current moment. And I invite you to, again, take a moment to adjust your sitting position so that you feel comfortable, your spine straightened if possible. And if you feel safe enough, you're welcome to close your eyes, or otherwise you can allow your gaze to settle softly on the ground in front, on your table or of your feet. And now I invite you to bring attention to your breath as your breath enters and leaves your body. Notice what it feels like, either at the nostrils or in your chest or belly. Just notice what it feels like to breathe. And I invite you to take some conscious breaths here, being aware of breathing in and breathing out, without forcing the breath or changing it, without judging the way we are breathing or thinking about it. I invite you simply notice what it feels like to be breathing in and out, belly rising, belly falling, simply being in this experience, in the very experience of this breath. And this one, and this one. And now I invite you to practice opening your attention to whatever comes up in each moment, welcoming each new moment with no agenda. And as you continue breathing, just notice what comes up for you. Are there thoughts coming up? Maybe there is thought like, I am bored stiff. Or maybe there is thought, this is super peaceful. Or maybe there is thought, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Just notice that you are thinking without reacting to the thought, without judging it, without analyzing it, without believing it or not believing it, without getting lost in it. Simply notice that thinking is happening. And when thoughts subside, go back to the sensation of breathing. And when sounds come up, simply notice hearing without getting caught up in them. The sound of my voice, sounds inside the room, sounds outside. Simply notice hearing without trying to figure out what the sound is. And when sound subsides, once again, I invite you to return to the sensation of the breath. Just stay with the feeling that comes from breathing in and out until something else appears on the horizon of your perceptions. Perhaps a sensation in your body, an ache, a tingling, warmth, pressure. Simply be present to it what is there. Or perhaps a feeling comes up in the form of heaviness, maybe sadness, maybe tension, or calm, or maybe sleepiness. Perhaps a smell, a taste in the mouth, whatever it is. Can we notice what this moment brings without either pushing it away or chasing after it? And now I invite you to experiment. Let's welcome these next 30 seconds with awareness and curiosity, whatever it brings. This is my life, what is happening right now. And I am training my attention to be aware of whatever arises and to be able to hold all experiences that arise within this body and mind. An emotion? What does that emotion feel like? A thought? I'm aware there is thinking going on without getting sucked up in the thoughts. A sound? I notice hearing happening. A sensation in the body? Where is it? Let me get close and really feel that feeling in this moment. And this moment. And this. The purpose of this awareness exercise is to open our attention to being simply present to whatever comes up. Whether a sight, smell, sound, taste, sensation, or thought. Empathic communication calls us to cultivate the capacity to be aware of what is alive in us. We train our attention so that it is available in the only place where life occurs, in the now. And now for those of you whose eyes are closed, notice the unique experience of this moment as I ask you to slowly open your eyes and become aware of sight, of seeing. And now, everyone, kindly bring your awareness gently back to the room and to the group and to the faces on the screen. And welcome, dear Purna Sundari Mataji. And I invite you to reflect. And I write it to the chat. And it is something I am aware of after having done this exercise. After having done this exercise is anybody who wants to share something I am aware of after having done this exercise is. And I want love
I
to
can
hear.
share.
Yes, please.
Yeah. This
Please.
exercise brought me to my childhood. Exactly the exact memories came to my mind. I think something I am aware of after having done this exercise is I felt I missed to my childhood, and when I think of it, it brings me brings peace.
Mhm.
Childhood is peace. I realized that.
Thank you. And Oscar Bravo wrote in chat that he closed his camera because of slow internet. So thank you for letting us know. Yeah. All right. Anybody else wants to share? You're welcome to write in the chat. And we will then continue. Yeah. So it is our last session in the row of these 10 sessions of the course Seeking Harmony Within and Without. And I thought it'd be a good idea to wrap it up today. First, I want to invite you to do the component practice with all 4 components of empathic communication. And then we will make a summary of all the topics that we have gone through during these 10 sessions. And then I would like to give you some time to reflect on yourself in the beginning of the course and where you are now, what you have gained or what you miss still. And then at the end, I want to remind us the beauty we all are carrying, because we are all beautiful powerful eternal souls, children of God. And yeah, maybe also some brainstorming how to go forward, how to keep empathic communication alive after this course. How could you support yourself? How could you support each other? And what other possibilities can come up in the new year and at the end of this year? All right, so let's then go to the next activity, which is components practice. And the aim of this practice is to clarify the 4 empathic communication components: observations, feelings, needs, requests, and to increase the skill in identifying each component and to understand how different interpretations of the same stimulus, observation, may generate different feelings, needs, and requests. And what do I mean by this? I like to bring an example from my own life. Just make a note here. There was I noticed 2 occasions which were like externally very similar, like the stimulus was similar. And the external was that I had agreed an appointment with a person and she was not there at the agreed time. So in the first occasion, I felt furious. I felt furious because my need for effective use of time and honoring agreements was not met. And another occasion, it was with different person, probably. I don't remember the details. But I remember so clearly that there was another occasion where, again, we had agreement made with a person, and the person was not there at agreed time. And I noticed I felt relieved. I didn't feel any frustration, rather opposite. I felt relieved that the person was there, that the person was not there at the agreed time, because my need for having some extra time to finish up what I was into was met. So this was example where the stimulus was the same. There was agreement of meeting and the person was not there. And in one case, I had feelings of frustration, and in another very similar case, I had feeling of relief. So this one of the aims of this practice is also to understand how different interpretations, our interpretations of the same stimulus, may generate different feelings, needs, and requests. Any comments, questions, clarifications? Okay, I will start with refreshing the definitions about observations, feelings, needs, requests, because we need them all. And let me check the chat. Osha Prabhu is commenting, it's so important to slow down into your being rather than the doing, or rather than the do all the time. Thank you for that important reminder. And Chaitanya Mataji is that it's difficult for me to okay, something I'm aware of after having done this exercise is that it's difficult for me to detach and be in the role of the observer when discomfort occurs. Yes. Thank you. Thank you both for sharing it. And now I will share my screen with this I assume you see the screen. Yes. Okay, here it is. The definitions. Observation. What I am observing that is stimulating thoughts, feelings, and needs. And if you remember, we are looking for pure facts like detectives or like the video camera would record without any interpretations, thoughts, judgments, evaluations, etc. Then there is also the definition of thought. What do we consider as a thought in embodied communication? The thoughts are what I'm telling myself in relationship to what I am observing. And we learned in our earlier sessions to make a distinction between thoughts and feelings. And the feeling we define as an emotion or body sensation associated with our thoughts. And need, as you maybe and hopefully remember, are these universal values or needs that are common to all human beings, either met or unmet, to which my feeling is pointing. And the last component, request, is expression of a strategy in the form of a specific positive, means what I want to do instead of not to do, and immediately doable action that I might suggest of myself or others in order to address a need. And I will copy these definitions to the chat as well, so you will have them there if and when you need them to refresh your memory. Okay, and the exercise would be the first part. The first part is that I invite you to individually reflect in writing, and here your notebook and pen becomes handy. About all these 4 steps. First, yeah, maybe I could still share the screen so the visual thinkers have some support as well. Yeah, it is. Okay, I hope you will see the whole text. Yes. So step by step, we will do it, the whole practice in the big group. But as a first thing, I will invite you to do the individual self-reflection in writing. And after, we will look through in a big group with those who want to share your writings in order to get feedback and maybe adjustments or whatever is needed for your learning. And who doesn't want to share, that's totally okay as well. And the steps that I invite you to reflect are: A, think of something someone or maybe yourself did that made your life less than wonderful, and write down the observation. And the reminder here is distinguish the facts that can be seen or heard by everyone. This is a mistake. Present. Distinguish them from your evaluation, interpretation, thoughts, etc. The second step would be, when you have been getting clear with observation about what someone did that made life less than wonderful for you, write down how did you feel or how you feel now while you are remembering or thinking of it. And the call to distinguish is distinguish your thoughts from feelings. Third step would be, when you have got clear about your feelings, either then or now, excuse me, write down your needs. And needs and feelings lists could be also helpful in this exercise. Then write down what needs of yours or need of yours was not met by the action of this person, or in case if you take the situation when you yourself did something, the needs of yours. And I call attention to distinguishing here in this point needs from strategies. And the fourth step would be write down what could be your request, this positive, doable, very specific request to yourself or this person that you imagine would help you to meet your needs that remained unmet in this situation. And the call for attention is to distinguish requests from the demand. Any questions, clarifications about the process? And I assume maybe 5 to 10 minutes for self-reflection and writing. And then we check how far you are and see if there is more time needed or we are ready for sharing in the big group. All right. Here we are back. Doing this practice individually for self-reflection about these 4 things, 4 steps that you can see on the chat. Think of something someone did that made your life less than wonderful. Write down observation. Second step, write down how did you feel when observing it. Third step, write down what needs of yours or what need of yours was not met by the action of this person and or yourself, if it was yourself. And the fourth step, write down what could be your request to yourself or this person that you imagine would help you to meet your needs that remained unmet in this situation. And meanwhile, I brought the example of a request that I could have done in my situation where person didn't come on time we agreed upon, that I could ask, would you be willing to make agreement with me that next time when you see you cannot come on agreed time, you will come and let me know. And my intention with sharing now in a big group is that ones who would like to get feedback on your steps, you want to get feedback whether you got clear distinguishing the observation from evaluation, feelings from thoughts, needs from strategies, and requests from demand. You're welcome to bring your example and we can look it together and sort it out. Anybody who wants it. And if nobody wants, then we just go to the next point. Please,
I can.
Me? Can I?
I think I
Can I
open the chat again so we can see the steps.
Sorry, is it my turn to share? Sorry, Hare Krishna. Can you hear me?
Are you speaking? I don't have any sound.
I'm speaking. You cannot hear me, right?
I can hear it.
Yes, thank you. I don't have my headset. Please excuse me. That helps.
Can
Old
everyone?
age.
Okay. Oh, then I start to share.
Yes, thank you.
Krishna. This is a story between me and my mom, and the observation is that my mom always showed deep worry about me to have any misfortune experience in my life, and he had always said that please do not listen to those astrologer who predict that you can make great success in your spiritual career in future, and okay, and besides, you can also earn enough income to support your life. My mom always said that what they said is bullshit. If you lose your job and you have no place to stay, you came to me for help. I don't see Krishna is helping you. That is my observation.
Let me write a little bit down so we can see and analyze. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
If I
Probably I can type it in the chat box.
maybe just the beginning, as I heard
Okay.
my mom.
Okay,
Is it my mom?
I insert it in the chat box.
Okay.
If you, yeah. My mom always show worry about my future.
Okay, here it is.
She always said, don't trust the astrologer to predict that you will have a really bright future in your spiritual career. she said, right now you have a problem. You have, if you lose your job, you have no place to stay, and you come to me for help. I don't see Krishna provide you a place to stay. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's my observation.
Yes. Let's analyze it a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First, I would like to point out the word always. Is that
Ah.
observation?
Yes. She keeps saying that all the time. Every time we meet each other, she will say the same sentence.
Mhm. Is it every time since you were born?
Not since since I'm practicing Bhakti Yoga.
Mhm.
That is many years.
Yeah.
But since I was a child, she always said that please don't speak with any stranger, it will danger. And she always will send me some really bad news in the social media and said that, oh, don't go there, don't go here. She always worried that I will have the misfortune experience.
Yeah. So it seems your
Mm.
mom really, really deeply cares for you and your safety and happiness and yeah, that you would have good life. Yeah. What I want to point out that words always, never are usually not bringing us to the same page with another person, right? Because the purpose of observation is to create like common ground for discussion, right? And if you use words always, you never, then in most cases, I dare to claim, has been at least one situation where this thing hasn't been true. And that brings us already to different direction. Person may say, no, not always. There was once I wasn't telling you this, right?
Yes.
Does it make sense?
Okay.
Yes. And
That makes sense. But maybe 90% of the time,
yeah,
she was.
that is, you see, I will write that down. 90% of the time, maybe also since I'm practicing Bhakti Yoga, my mom.
Mhm.
Do you see the difference? 90% of the time or always?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, because our
Yeah.
goal is to become on the same page, to land in a place where we have shared reality. Only then we can start going further on the direction towards connection. Makes sense? Yeah.
Mhm.
And if I would be you and tell to your mom, my mom, you always show deep worry about me having any misfortune. You always say da 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 da. How does it feel, right? It immediately awakens like self-defense, isn't it?
Yes.
Instead of leading us towards connection. But if I would say, Mom, dear, 90% of the time since I'm practicing Bhakti Yoga, you are saying this. Does it land differently? Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of difference.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I will not go even further here. Here is always this, always. And if I remember, or you can write me to WhatsApp to give the list of these words that immediately bring us to different direction, like always, never. I don't remember right now more, but there are more these words. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. How do we do it? Yeah. Shall we go to the next step? This was A.
Yeah.
Observation. Yeah. B. Yes. Do you want to share your feelings?
Yeah, my feeling is I feel hurt and discouraged. And I feel my mom don't believe me. I sometimes feel she is cursing me to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's enough. That's beautiful for analyzing again. Hurt, is it feeling or thought? Anybody could comment.
It's thought, I think.
So, is it so? Hurt.
Don't get discouraged. I'm just checking, double checking you. Doesn't mean that it is thought.
Hurt is thought.
I'm not quite sure.
Well, when I feel hurt, I really hurt. For me, it's feeling. I feel hurt. Maybe for somebody it could be thought. I'm not arguing. Discouraged. See, wrong letter. I feel discouraged.
Mm.
So in my experience, hurt would qualify to feeling, and
Mm.
for someone it might qualify as a thought. Discouraged. It's a tricky thing. I will make it different color. Let's make it purple. Discouraged is like mixture of thought and feeling. How? Because it encompasses within it hint that somebody is discouraging me, that
Mm.
somebody is doing something to me. So it's like there is like mixture of feelings and thoughts or assumptions. I feel discouraged. How do I feel when I think that somebody is discouraging me? What could be the feeling? If we go deeper, some layers.
Disappointed or
Yeah, disappointed, maybe scared.
or depressed.
Could you say it again?
Depressed.
Depressed. Could you write it to chat, please?
Depressed.
So I make disappointed already more kind of greenish. Yes, I check from depressed. Yeah, I feel disappointed, depressed. Yeah, these are
Mhm.
feelings, right? And
Mhm.
depressed, I want to point out, it's interesting word. What does it show us? It consists of two words, de and pressed, that we have been pressing down our feelings, our needs, and then we become depressed. But yeah, we can feel depressed. All right. So there are already two categories. Like feelings, I made them green, that in my experience qualify like feelings. Discouraged, it's like mixture, feeling and need, which could be for us like invitation to look even deeper. What are the deeper feelings under? And the third one, I heard you saying, I feel my mom don't believe it. Is that feeling or thought?
Oh, it's thought. Yeah, it's a thought.
Yes, because it comes from where? Does it come from here or from here?
My brain.
Yeah, our mind. And what is tricky that in the English language, I don't know each of yours native language, but also in my native language, we use this verb to feel very often when we actually express our thoughts. I feel I'm so stupid. I feel you are like that. I feel my mom don't believe it. And actually it's the mind. It's my brain. I'm thinking that this or that. I may feel sad that my mom don't believe me, right? Or I may
Yeah.
feel, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad.
Yeah. So feeling could be, shall we write again? Maybe here it's, let's make like this. It's actually think. I think my mom don't believe me. And I feel could be, I feel sad experiencing my mom not believing me. is it, how is it, does it make sense, these differentiations?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's go to the third one, was needs.
Mhm. I need understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Confident, positive encouragement, and blessing.
Encouragement, blessing. Was there something I lost? I missed?
Confident.
Confidence. Confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence, encouragement, blessing. Yeah. Are these needs or are these strategies? And how do we know? We check. Are they universal? Are all people having these needs? Or are they strategies which are connected to particular person, particular situation, particular thing? How do you feel?
I think it's a universal need for all the human beings.
Yeah, I have same experience. And again, I want to point out that words that we try to use pointing to our inner experiences, to our feelings, to our needs, are never like precise enough and could be different for different people. But it's just our best attempt we try to do, how to put our inner experiences into words, right? So words, or like they say, map is never the same like the territory itself. So words are like map that helps us to somehow express our inner experience. And in different areas, in different cultures, there could be different ways, different words. But in my experience, in my inner world, I would qualify this all as needs. Yeah, but it could be different in different contexts, different cultures. And the fourth was request.
Request. I don't know if it's proper, but I told my mom my real feeling and sincerely asked her to stop saying those kind of negative sentences and discouraged me. And I asked her to please give me more positive blessing.
What was your mom's response?
She said, I'm not cursing you. You misunderstand me. I'm just worried about you.
Mhm.
But well, I will try to stop thinking from those kind of a negative way and try my best to think from the positive way. And my mom changed a lot since I talked to her.
Wow.
She started to send me the text in the WeChat, which with the same app as the WhatsApp. She always said that I wish you have a wonderful day, and I
Oh,
wish you have a great experience. That kind of you are the best. Kind of yes.
yes, I want to bring
Mhm.
back here. Where were we with this practice? Where's the practice part? Here. What we were supposed to think? Think of something someone did that made your life less than wonderful, right? And
Mhm.
now you did all this beautiful process in your real life, if I understood you correctly, right? You talked with
Yeah.
your mom, and
Uh-huh.
your as I can hear from you, your life and your relationship with your mom became more beautiful, more wonderful.
After the conversation.
Yeah, because you were
Yeah.
very clearly requesting what you need in order to to live life that is wonderful, right?
Yeah.
And there is danger when we ask for something, we might get it. Especially when it's worded in very, very specific, doable, positive actions. And let's analyze this request. Please stop saying these negative sentences and please give me more positive blessings. Does it have these request qualities that it's doable? There is concrete action. Please stop doing this and please instead do this. There could be some picking about a stop, but this is the topic of some deepening course. So I wouldn't go there now. What I'm really celebrating that you were asking what you need and you got it. You got more wonderful relationship with your mom. Did you also express your observation, feelings and needs to your mom? I guess it's your picture is frozen. So your request made your life wonderful. I think the big picture is still frozen. And I cannot hear from you. Okay. So I will stop sharing the screen here. Thank you so much for sharing your example, Sundara Mataji, since I cannot hear you more right now. I would like to ask others, any clarifications needed about this these 4 steps and clarifications or distinctions between let me scroll back, between observations and evaluations, feelings and thoughts, needs and strategies, and requests and demands.
Hare Krishna. If I may ask for one clarification.
Please.
Yes, Dandavat Pranam to all. I've had this concern since many sessions back. And please, a humble clarification. I'm not talking about any particular participant here. You all are way more advanced than me. I have this concern, like say if I'm a coach and there is a client, and certainly there is an overwhelm of emotions and a deeper need for empathy and love and embrace. And he or she is sharing his heart out, and clearly he is experiencing deep emotions, so much so that it's affecting his or her life and health, every aspect of his life. Now, if I get into this, I mean, I hope I'm able to communicate what I want to ask. If I get into this diagnose mode, trying to analyze, trying to tell him, you know what, these are not your feelings, these are your thoughts.
Yes. Yes.
That's disconnection right away.
Yes, I got your question. Thank you. Yes.
So how do I manage that? Because it may happen that the other person is really experiencing genuine deep emotions, but he's
Absolutely.
struggling to articulate in words.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how do I
got it.
manage for that? Yeah.
I got it. This what I did right now. It's only in occasions when there is person who has been signed up to be your student. Like I see all of you did, to become students in this course. So this is only for teaching purpose. And like Marshall Rosenberg, I remember saying also, only teach people who have been giving a signature that they want to be your students. Don't just start teaching people left and right and in all kinds of different situations. And the least in coaching or such situations. It's just for teaching in the teaching context. in order to, when we are learning to make differences, we are studying and trying to really learn the differences so we could, in a real life situation, we could ourselves, it could become like second nature that we know the difference without long thinking or long analyzing. So it's only teaching situations. In coaching and in whatever modalities, it's totally excluded, such thing. Because they didn't sign to become our students, right? In a coaching context, their purpose, their intention, why they became our clients is totally different, right? They want to become empowered and not to be taught what to do in their life or how to speak in their life, right? Does that make sense? So in coaching situation, yeah, there are different options. It's the different topic.
Yeah, thank you
Coaches.
very much. Just seeking your reflection, one thing that comes to me in this regard, because coaching is a creative, collaborative process.
Exactly. Yeah.
We are working with the client.
Yeah.
We are not an authority figure in that coaching process.
Yes.
So if I hold that space for the client, I allow the client to disagree with my understanding of him.
Yes.
And I allow him to correct me or to reaffirm, to reflect back. If I hold that space where he is given the right to hold, to clarify that no.
Yes, but
you
excuse
think
me.
this is,
Yeah, excuse me, Osha Prabhu. I would like to stop here this discussion because it goes out of our
okay.
context here. But if you want to
Okay.
discuss somewhere else, we could agree the time for that. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your answer. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome. Okay, I will stop sharing screen. Any other questions in this regard about the distinguishing?
Yes, there is a question.
Mhm.
Now, I have that in my family particularly, there are certain things I want to discuss which happened. The incident happened some time ago, but then that time I didn't speak my need or feelings. I suppressed it, or I thought I would speak in a much in a good mood, but it never happened. So it happened some time ago. How can I bring that to conversation? Because suddenly, if I speak, then it feels like very odd also. So,
Yeah.
so what could be the solution?
Yeah. What I imagine I would do, I would do first my self-work to become very clear of my observation, my feelings, my needs, my request in the same format that we did in this exercise. And when really clear it out, is it really observation or is it mixture? Really clear out all these 4 elements. And then check in with myself. What is my intention first behind this request? Is it really request, or do I have some attachment or some demand in it that it has to happen in my way? Or do I have spaciousness enough in me that I would love this to happen, but if if it would not meet other person's need, I'm open to search different solutions. That's one thing, to become clear, very, very clear about this demand or request. And that only I can do myself. Another thing I suggest to really be gentle also when, let's say I'm done my internal work, all these 4 steps. I'm clear about this. I'm clear it's request, it's not demand. I'm clear observation, feelings, needs. Then second thing, I would be very gentle with other person. I would check first that, for example, I don't know if you remember, but we had such and such situation, and I feel I would like to kind of talk about this. Are you up for it? So like establish connection first before driving in with my stuff. Maybe other person even doesn't remember, or maybe it's not good time for other person. Maybe other person might be ready, but not at this moment. So really keeping in mind both persons' interest and capacity at the moment, and go from there. If other person says, "Oh no, I remember, but not now. It's not good time," then you could ask, "Yeah, I really respect that you remember it, but not now. Can you like take it in baby steps? Each step considering both needs, your need and my needs. If you feel there is openness, you could check, can you maybe estimate when would be good time? Right? So just doing like, this is like weaving beautiful tapestry of communication. Just a tiny step towards connection. Okay, you said not good time. I respect it. Next time to next little step. Do you think it's now a good time, or you could suggest another time? To really take time and be very careful, very gentle, very cautious that we don't override other person's needs. And also that reminds me another thing which comes to our applying NVC or EC in our lives. Also, Marshall Rosenberg suggests that don't use, or first let's take this part. Marshall Rosenberg suggests that after going to course, use NVC first or EC on yourself first 6 months before you go out on others. Because if we go on and start to practice on others, it's not really, at least for me, it's not really meeting my need for integrity, that without asking their permission, I start to use them as my guinea pigs in a way, as my practice clients, without even agreeing with them. But if I have a relationship with a person whom I would dare to ask, I studied this beautiful thing, this EC, and I would like to practice. Would it be okay? I will try to reply you in this way. And then if person says yes, then we have 2 in 1. We have practice partner on spot, and we can express ourselves in our beginner EC way. Right?
Yeah, I thank you for that answer. It brought me another question, that what if I have kind of demand, kind of if I feel something that this must happen, or like that kind of a thing, then what?
Yeah, if there is demand energy. There is nothing wrong with demand energy. Demand energy is an indication that I am aware only, maybe even not aware, but I'm seeing only one way how to meet my needs. Right? And nothing wrong about it. That means I'm like a drowning man who holds on this last piece of straw, which actually connects me to my needs, even if I'm not aware of what is the need. But I'm like this drowning man hanging this last piece of straw. And that means I need to do more connection work with my needs. I'm not really connected to my needs. I may be intellectually guessing, okay, I need this. And then I suggest to do this kind of going deeper on the ladder of needs by asking, for example, maybe I can put in a chat. You could ask, if that need, let's say A, would be met, what other need would be met? Right? Like we are asking and going deeper through the layers of needs. Like when my need for creating connection with this person would be met. And I see it only one way that I will take a phone now and call, and my need connection would be met. But I'm not able to, yeah, but there is this demand. It has to happen now and with this way. Then I would ask myself, so what other need would be met of mine if I would get this need for connection met? Ah, and there is slowing down and you know, really becoming aware and connecting. Why is it so important for me? Ah, maybe it's my need for peace of mind. That is next need under that. And the more we get connected to our needs, the more it opens up the whole scope of strategies, that there is always more strategies than one single strategy to meet our needs. And when we start to see this more strategies, this demand energy kind of dissolves, because we are not hanging anymore on this one and only straw or strategy. We are seeing that there are abundance of strategies when we get really connected to the needs. It is really like we get connected to this divine source of creativity, which offers us abundant availability of needs, of strategies, excuse me. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you for wonderful questions. Let me check our timing now. Yeah, I would be curious, and I would like you to put in chat, those of you who want to, what is one specific thing you learned through this exercise? You're welcome to put it on chat. And we go further because we are under the tyranny of time factor. We got it ready here. Yeah. Let me reconsider a few things. Okay, 13:30. Not too bad. Yeah. Then I'm calling you for another reflection. Reflecting back to the whole course, the whole 10 sessions of this course, Seeking Harmony Within and Without. And I have written down a few questions that could support your reflection. And again, I would invite you to let me see, double check the timing. I thought, oh, good to have you back, Purnasundari. Let me, I thought to have like 20 minutes altogether for this part. Maybe 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes for self-reflection with the support of these questions. And yeah, I will go quickly over the topics just to refresh your memory. I will share the screen again. The memory about the topics we have gone through during this whole course, and this list is in the beginning of some of your practice sheets as well. So what we have gone through during these 10 sessions. We started with the intention behind whatever we say or do. And we talked that whenever we open our mouth or take an action, there is intention behind. And it's so important to become aware of our intention in order to create the place of choice. Do we really want to go from that intention or not? And at the same session, we also dipped immediately at the needs that are really the core of empathic communication. In the next session, second session, we looked into feelings that are like the onboard needs radar in our system. And we talked that our feelings are not caused by other people or outside events, but the roots of our needs are our feelings are our needs. And we talked that taking responsibility for our feelings, which means acknowledging that our feelings are born out from our needs, met or unmet, that means taking radical responsibility for our experience and not putting the blame outside. On the third session, we dealt with 4 Ds of disconnection, and these 4 Ds were diagnosis, demands, denial of responsibility, and the concept of deserve, that somebody has deserved something. And we had a wonderful skit done by some of you. And we also started to talk about 2 cultures, life-serving or spiritual culture versus life-alienating or material culture. In the next 4 sessions, we were looking at 4 choices, and we were discovering that even while receiving difficult messages, we have choices. And these are 4 choices. We could, while receiving some difficult message, we could blame others, 1 choice, or blame ourselves, 2nd choice. Or we can have more healthy choices. We can guess feelings and needs of other person, 3rd choice, or we can connect with feelings and needs of ourselves, 4th choice. And that makes our life choiceful. So in the 5th session, we continued with making our life choiceful beyond submission and rebellion. And we practiced transforming our should, ought, have to, must, shouldn't, etc. thinking into I choose because I need thinking, creating inner freedom. And we also introduced ourselves into powerful requests, which in today's example from Purnasundari Mataji showed so beautifully how by making powerful requests to your mom, it made your life more beautiful. Your life changed because you requested what you needed. And on 6th session, we looked at the 4th element of empathic communication, observation, the importance of observation to bring us on the same page in the beginning of the dialogue, instead of judging or evaluating or comparing or doing all things that our minds are so accustomed to do, and that usually immediately bring us to different directions from where it's much more difficult to connect with each other. And we also looked a little bit what keeps us making requests. On the 7th session, I showed the model or the picture about the essence and form of empathic communication, and we started with self-connection. And the 8th and 9th session, we were deepening our self-connection through first freeing ourselves of self-demands, and we were trying to listen both our demanding and our resisting parts and creating harmony between these parts. And on 9th session, we deepened self-connection by self-appreciation and by learning the differences between appreciation and between praise and compliments. And now today, here we are. We started with presence exercise to become aware our experience in the present moment. We went through this components practice with a beautiful example sharing by Purnasundari Mataji. And now we are in a summary and reflecting back and then projecting in the future also. How could we find a way forward? All right, that was the teacher reflection. And now I'm inviting you to your personal reflection and feedback. So this is an invitation, if you would like to compassionately reflect on your learning and integration of the skills and consciousness of empathic communication during this 10-week Seeking Harmony Within and Without online course. And by compassionate reflection, I mean without judging yourself. Oh my God, I didn't really get this, or I was too bad in this. Be really, really gentle and compassionate with yourself. And the aim of this reflection is to celebrate what are you actually getting out from this 10 session. How were you at the beginning in some areas in your communication and life? And where are you now? It's rather to focus on what you have gained than focus on what you missed or didn't gain. And these are a few questions here that I will also copy to the chat because I want to stop sharing the screen now. And then we see how the time will be. I would be also appreciating if you would share this, your feedback with me for my learning and improving. And also, if you would agree that your part of your reflection could be shared on website, for example, but that could be next step we can discuss. So I will go right now with the chat. Yes, thank you, Chaitanya Dasi, for sharing that from this previous practice you learned that until we really feel harmony, it's a wonderful opportunity to dig deeper. Yes, thank you. And now this personal reflection. I would like to format it a little more clearly. See how it will be now. Oh, it's not really more clear. Okay, I post it right now so you can start thinking and reflecting. And then I try to improve a little more this layout. So I will start the timer. I will put a timer in 10 minutes. And if you will be not able to finish it in 10 minutes, that's all right. You can continue at home. So it's the same thing, but I hope it's a little more easy to read for you. Yes, I'm aware that the time probably was not enough for really deep reflecting, and I encourage you to continue at home to do your journaling, really in order to appreciate yourself and celebrate all the effort you have been put into participating in these sessions, into doing the home practices, into investing your time and energy in this thing for 10 weeks, the whole 10 weeks in your life. And I will also send out a kind of practice sheet for coming week. And I will include there also the possibilities to further practicing together. And what I'm really celebrating that with my husband we came out with an idea of monthly practice groups. We call it compassion drop-in practice sessions, and they will happen every last Monday every month, except December and July. And it's already up in the Compassion Drops website under workshops tag. And we are also thinking about maybe at some point, probably not in coming year, but who knows, to start, for example, 6 months mentorship program. But this is bigger project and we haven't looked deeply into it yet. But I feel personally also deep desire to have continuous association with like-minded people who would like to really apply it to their lives and to have support, to support each other. Because it's so different from this materialistic culture, which is so prevalent around many of us, that we need association and support. At least that is my experience. What else? In 2025, I hope to offer, or we hope to offer, hopefully 2 courses, but at least 1, Krishna willing. And that would be a Gratitude Cornerstone of Bhakti that we have done once, and we will refine it and hope to offer sometimes in the springtime in this part of the world, maybe from May onwards or mid of April or something like this. And information again will be on our Compassion Drops website. And sharing with others. I really encourage you to start your own practice group and just start sharing. Either take His Holiness P. Krishna Maharaj's book, Realizing Our Empathic Nature Connected to Krishna, or take Marshall Rosenberg's book, which has all the topics nicely chapter to chapter. Nonviolent Communication, Language of Life. And I actually started my very first teaching my very first nonviolent communication course with help of this book. It was after I have been 3 days a nonviolent communication course. And a few months after that, I just started my very first online course with teachers. And I hope that this book will arrive and I will just go through chapter to chapter. But I had to start before the book arrived, so it still worked. So, and if you need the support starting your practice group, I'm really happy to be there as much as I have capacity. You're welcome to ask advice or whatever at any time. And one wonderful way for self-practice is journaling. It's very, very powerful way, at least for me, and I like writing, especially handwriting. For me, is very helpful for self-reflection, but it could be done in different ways. It could be audio self-reflection, video self-reflection. It's really, really powerful way to work through and get more understanding and more connection with our own needs, which is like foundation with everything else. Yeah. I hoped we could do some breakout rooms so you could brainstorm with each other how to support yourself in continuing practicing, integrating and applying EC in your everyday life after this course. But time seems to be really too short for that. So I hope maybe you self-organize yourself and call out for some brainstorm groups or something between yourselves, which is also a possibility. But I would like to sum it all up now with playing you another song, which Marshall Rosenberg, my beloved trainer and the founder of Nonviolent Communication Process, with whom I have had good fortune also being, what is it in English? By whom I have had good fortune being trained by, and to whom I owe lots of gratitude for introducing and training me in nonviolent communication. It has totally changed my life and yeah, my relationships. So this song is called See Me Beautiful. It's by Red and Kathy Grammer, and Marshall sang it many times in his trainings. And how it fits to our content is, in my understanding, that we are all beautiful parts and parcels of God. And our true nature is to enjoy giving and receiving in a compassionate, empathic manner. And empathic communication is a process which is based on language and communication skills that strengthen our ability to remain compassionate and human, even when it's very difficult to see the beauty of the soul shining through in ourselves or in other people. And this is what Marshall is singing about. So I will share the screen and hopefully the sound also. And please, if you don't see or hear, show me immediately that kind of sign so I can adjust.
See me beautiful.
Can you hear?
Look for the best in me. That's what I really am, and all I wanna be. It may take some time, it may be hard to find, but see me beautiful. See me beautiful each and every day. Could you take a chance? Could you find a way? to see me shining through in everything I do, and see me beautiful.
So I wished to all of you see yourself beautiful. Oh, one moment. This is another version where Marshall is doing a training for parents, and they are encouraging parents seeing the beauty even when children say no. And that's also topic of other courses. Yeah, so I wish you to see the beauty of soul shining through in everything you do, in everything others do or say. And I wish you very, very blissful practice and with yourself and later on with others. And I hope to see you soon somewhere in the realms
Thank
of
you very
empathy.
much.
And there will be certificates actually also. I almost forgot. So if you could count your hours which you missed, I want to put the hours on the certificate with how many hours you were part of this 20 hours of 10 session. I didn't keep track myself. So please find out how many hours you missed and how many you participated, so I could put them on the certificate. And these hours, if any of you at any time in your life becomes inspired to pursue the becoming certified trainer with a Center of Nonviolent Communication, then these hours are counting into this process also. So thank you all so much. You have made my life so beautiful by joining in and being here during the sessions and between. And please accept my obeisances. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyavasya patitanam pavanebhyo vaisnavabhyo namo namaha. Hari Hari Bol, all the best and hope to see you. Take care.
Hare
Hare-
Krishna, thank you so much.
Hare
Thank you so
Krishna.
much. It was nice to know you all, guys.
Thank you so much. Same here. Hari Bol.